Yo, what's going on, everyone? Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the Great Gamer. I'm known as Marco. Today, I'm joined by Andy Beadz. We're gonna give a reaction on the Obi-Wan Kenobi teaser trailer, a show we've probably all been waiting for. Maybe a bit less because Book of Boba was a little bit down. Let's hope they make it good. What do you kind of expect for it, man?
I expect to see lots of Obi-Wan, um, lots of Tatooine. I don't know, like this is a show that it's been in talk and in the works for a long time. It seems like a long time, and um, it's gonna showcase two of my favorite characters. Um, almost of all time. Like I like Anakin, Darth Vader. It's really one of my favorite characters.
Mm-hmm.
And Obi-Wan, like nobody else can play Obi-Wan.
Yeah, true,
Ewan
true.
Ewan
Like no
McGregor
one can
is
replace him.
Obi-Wan.
No one. That's I gotta agree
Nobody
with
can
you.
replace them. So,
Mm-hmm.
so
Anyways,
I
let's
don't.
just
It's just let's get going.
yeah, let's just get into the trailer and then look afterwards. See, here it is.
The fight is done. We lost.
You can see it's right after episode 2. We have young Luke.
Stay hidden.
It's got some Anakin vibe there.
Yeah, indeed.
The key to hunting Jedi
What is that place?
is
That
patience.
can't be. That can't be. That's not Vader's castle.
No, I think it's more of an Inquisitor base because that man.
Jedi cannot help what they are. Their compassion
Oh, is that
Ooh,
somebody
leaves a
hanging from the
trail.
streets?
it almost looked like it.
The Jedi code is like an
Inquisitorship.
itch.
That'll
Yep.
be in Star Wars. That'll be in
Cannot
Swago.
help it.
Yep.
Where is he?
I really like the spinning saber.
It's the Grand Inquisitor, it looks like.
His brother.
Fifth brother, yeah. Now,
Ooh,
do we
is
know who the red lightsaber is?
I have no idea who it is.
Who she is?
It's this music at the end that always gets me.
Yeah. Well, for me, it's the Duel of Fates. Like when it cuts into the Duel of Fates, it just gives you chills. It gives
Like
me
with
chills.
like the
One of my
orchestra and such.
favorite score ever to be
Mm-hmm.
created.
Yeah, yeah, I
So
totally get why. It's just like this part was the music you heard at the end of Anakin's like massive slaughter at Mustafar, which
yeah,
is
well,
like like
it has multiple like scenes that it was in. Like it represents Darth Maul. It represents
yeah, no, no, but I mean
the
mainly like the
Battle of
ending you hear
Heroes at
at
the
that
end.
part.
Well, the fight between Anakin and Kenobi at the end. Yeah, it's also in there too, right?
Yeah, no, yeah, I think so. I meant mainly the like the little bit you hear. Well, you actually heard a lot of ending of trailers with dark side stuff. You heard like at the end of the SWOTOR trailer as well with Malgus leaving the temple. You heard the same. I just get good vibes from that. So like, yeah. Let's look a little bit because one thing I'm really excited to see actually are like actual live action Inquisitors. We've never seen any of those before actually.
That's something that I've always wanted to see. Like ever since Rebels and I think they're in they're not in Bad Batch, are they? I think they're just in Rebels.
No,
Rebels
they are
and
not in Bad Batch now.
what is it? Jedi Fallen Order?
Yeah, and
Jedi
Fallen Order, Rebels, and I
and
think that's
that's it. I think
basically
that's
it.
it
We
though.
haven't seen that much.
Yeah. Yeah, and in the comics, obviously, you see a lot more in the comics. Apparently, I haven't read the comics to a like a serious extent, but I know there's Darth Vader comics,
Mm-hmm.
newer ones
It
where
also
it
shows some little
shows
bit
him
more in depth.
training. Yeah, him training them all. I guess there was more Inquisitors than there actually is.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
There's one thing
That's
here that
good.
bothers me though. Luke had like blonde hair, more blonde hair. This is just I don't know if the effect of the camera really.
I mean, it could be, I mean,
I
hair
mean,
changes color, right? So he's,
yeah, true, true.
he's young.
I,
So
I
I
kind of
mean,
like it though. He's actually enjoying his life there. It seems
but
like.
it's cool though because it gives you that vibe, that like I said, the Anakin vibe of the pod racing, him
Mm-hmm.
being on Tatooine, kind of the same.
Would
He's
actually
not a
be nice
Snoke,
to
but
see a Luke bot racing.
it's just pretty neat. Yeah.
I wonder if we're actually going to see something, maybe a Luke, or like maybe a young Luke and Obi-Wan because as far as Luke knows here, his name isn't Obi-Wan, it's Ben. It would actually be fun to see a little interaction with those two.
I'm not sure at this point where you see him there. I'm not sure how much he knows of Ben yet.
Well, yeah, the
You know what
only
I
thing
mean?
I believe he knows is that his uncle told him his father died, was a Jedi. I don't know when
Yeah,
he
we
actually
still,
gets to
but
know
we still
more
don't
about him
know.
because
Yeah,
in episode 4 we saw he already knew Ben before he saved his ass from those Tuskens.
right. But at this point, like he looks to be what, like maybe 10, maybe 11. I don't know. Like
How old was he
so. I
in A
mean,
New Hope?
I think he was like, I'm pretty sure he was like 17 or 18.
Let me search
I
it
think
up
they were
real quick.
portraying him to be. I don't think he was young. Well, he's young, but I think he's like 18,
It was 19 in A New Hope.
19.
Yeah,
So, I mean, so from the way that looks, he looks, 10 or 11. They still
around
got
Anakin's age at the time.
8 years before, like
Hmm.
I would figure like, Uncle Owen will start telling him things here and there as he gets a little older, right? So I
And
don't
he
think at this
gets
point he
curious. He wants to know stuff.
knows of Ben or his father. You know what I mean?
Hmm. Yeah, let's look a little bit on because we actually quite some stuff in here which I've actually never seen before. This is one though. You just recognize the beard. The beard just makes it like
Yeah, I mean,
it's like
I love the
he
clothes.
is
I
like
love
the
the
Star Wars
closes.
Jesus.
Yeah, the clothes. Yeah, that's what I've heard. Like it's it's sort of it almost like reminisces a I don't know, Bible story almost, like
Yeah, I like that. I really it's like I'm just going to be honest. The beard just makes it for him, man. Like you can't replace that beard with someone else.
No, no.
I'm actually glad they're actually bringing original actors back into Star Wars. Actually, like take example, Book of Boba Fett wasn't the Boba Fett actor, which is kind of understandable because that man, yeah, they got the Jango Fett actor for that reason. I'm actually liking that.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, they shouldn't replace. One thing I really wanted to have seen different was I'll get back to that when we see the Inquisitor. I still want. What is this place? Is this like maybe some
So
kind of raft
I
base
think
for Inquisitors?
from what I've heard, and this is like based off of like comics and stuff. Like I think they had a facility, like Vader had a separate facility for them to train in.
Hmm.
And I think this was, I don't know what planet it was on or whatever, because it looks like a water planet. So, um, you know, but I think this was a separate castle for them to train in, I believe, where
Yeah.
Vader did all the training and stuff. Because I don't think he would
The,
bring them to his castle, because his castle was just sacred to him,
the only
and
place
nobody else could
the
be
only
in.
place person who was at the castle all the time were him and that servant of his, right? That
Right.
servant we saw in Rogue One.
So,
Yeah, I mean, like it
um,
would be funny actually if we may be able to see some a little bit like Inquisitor training or maybe them sparring with each other to see how they actually develop. That might be
well,
nice
if
to
they
see.
did the same thing like they did in Boba Fett, right? They did the flashback of we see how he, the to me that's the Tuscan story and all that stuff was interesting. So if there's any like back story with some training, you don't want to see it all, right? But just to
That
see
yeah, but like
how
just that you
brutal
see
he
a little
was with
bit
them, right?
like you saw in Rebels how like how much the agility of the Grand Inquisitor was. Like he just jumped over everything easily. It, like he must have gotten that somewhere. So maybe we're gonna see a little bit of the training. I would actually love to see that.
Like the original training with the Grand Inquisitor, yeah, because he must have been he's
Yeah,
obviously
because
the
I
first
think the
one.
Grand Inquisitor himself was trained by Vader, and then
They
like the
were a
other
lot of them were
Inquisitors.
trained. A lot
If
of them were trained by Vader, though. Like
yeah,
I
but
think
like I think the training kind of passed on, like the starting of training by Vader, but like Vader wasn't always training them. I believe, like
no. I don't think because from what it seems like there was a it seems like there was a lot of Inquisitors. There was, um, if you go by what the numbers, because they
They
were
they
like
are like
fifth
they are
brother.
like the Emperor's servants
So if it
from
was like
KOTOR.
if there was a fifth brother, there must have been a fifth sister. You know what I mean? I think there was a full like
Like
two
first
sides.
brother, first sister, that type of
Yeah,
stuff.
exactly. Like I think there
Although I
was at
wonder if there's
least.
like a first. I think first is just Grand because we've never seen a first. We only seen second and Grand. So maybe.
Yep. Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Mhm. And what I'm wondering here though, like this though, like I kind of like this character coming to it, just missing some vibes. Like honestly, they might have. I would have liked it more that they if they actually would have gotten the original Grand Inquisitor voice actor. What was his name again?
Jason Isaacs, I
Yeah,
think, is his
that
name.
that would have actually made the voice impression a lot better as well because this is just not the same voice,
No,
not the
it's
voice
not.
we know.
And to me, like looking at this scene right here, and you can see the fifth brother in the back there too. It's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I think they nailed the fifth brother, like square in the head, like with the way he looks. It was really cool.
Mm-hmm.
But the Grand Inquisitor, I find like, if you remember him from Rebels, like
He was a bit
I always
skinnier.
found that well, he was thin, obviously, so the face is not there. But I mean, we've seen like with Cad Bane from Boba Fett, right? Like different kind of face, whatever. But
Yeah, but
still
Cad Bane
played
kind of had
played
the
the part
reason
really
because
good, right?
Cad Bane was years and years older. This is probably even before Rebels.
Oh yeah, no, I get it. But I just find that the camera work here is like he's like in Rebels. You remember like there was a lot of light on his face. Like you can see his face. You know what I
And
mean?
you could
I don't know
actually
if it's
see the
just
glowing eyes with it.
you can see the red underneath, like the red scars or whatever it was, like
Yeah, and the
the
glowing eyes he had. Like he had
yeah.
like he
So I
was. I
mean,
think was the only Inquisitor who actually had like stiff eyes.
but I mean, I'm not gonna like totally judge it because I still think it's cool that they're bringing in the Grand Inquisitor
Mm.
and all this stuff.
And they are of course
I
not
still think
showing everything
still think
yet
it's gonna be
because
awesome. I think it's gonna be cool. Like
yeah,
it's just
they've not
people are
shown
gonna start
everything
getting
yet. Of
picky about
course,
it.
like
So
they gotta for sure show a fight scene of Grand Inquisitor, like with that spinning lightsaber overall though.
yeah, no, that was neat. I like that.
Hmm.
But I don't know.
And then next up, we got this. Why is he on a train? Like maybe he's
Well, he's probably going to like probably Mos Eisley, I would say,
and
because
maybe he's trying to
honestly,
not like
I
see.
think well after this scene here, you see him in a market, and he looks like he's working. So I think he's going to work.
Yeah, maybe just like trying to live under the normal
Well, I mean,
civilization because he wouldn't want the
he's
attention.
hiding, right?
He doesn't want
He's
the
hiding
attention. So maybe
exactly,
just act like he's a normal person there.
exactly, right?
And this is what got me. This is probably that castle we looked at. Although this
Y-
kind of looks underwater, so it might be that that castle actually goes all the way to like the bottom
Yeah,
of the ocean.
yeah. I didn't notice the window. Actually, it does look like water now. Yeah,
Mm.
I
I'm
just
just
thought it was
wondering
night.
who is that woman that like woman in the back because as we saw, she did not have this the spinning lightsaber which the other two here have.
Well, it's on her back though. You can see it.
Yeah, no, I mean like the right one. We see on the right on the other side of the desk.
Oh, the one on the right. Yeah, yeah. She's got a different lightsaber.
She
So I
just
don't
has
know if
like
it's like
that single lightsaber.
yeah, yeah.
So
So I don't
maybe
know if
she's
it's
got some kind of like an officer or something like that. Like
I
you
mean
had
she
in
could
lore, you had
be
something like
maybe she's a first maybe she's a first sister. I don't know. Like maybe there is a first sister and Grand Inquisitor. I don't know. Like
maybe something like that. I mean, and at the same time, you had in lore, I'm not sure. I read something about it, like stuff like the Emperor's hand and such, which were mostly force sensitive as well. Maybe that's something like this. Would actually love to see some type of that lore
I
in.
mean she does seem more important than the other ones, obviously, in this because she's. I mean, this trailer could be just throwing us off too, right? Like we
That's
don't
what
know how
trailers
much.
basically are. We think we're seeing it in the right order, and then it suddenly goes all the way around.
Well, exactly. I mean, this whole trailer could be like the first episode almost. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
that's
actually,
that's
just
what
the
we've
Grand
seen.
Inquisitor isn't here though, so either he is like still above her, which means why he isn't there, or he is already on a mission, like that they are
Right.
maybe like yeah, or maybe she's more as an assistant, like a second in command to the Grand Inquisitor. That's why she's maybe giving orders or something here.
Yeah.
I'm
I'd like to
actually
know what the other Inquisitor is there on the left.
yeah, we know the right one, the fifth brother.
Yeah. I mean, he's distinct. Like you can tell just by that the helmet he's got, right? But
Yeah,
everybody else.
indeed.
I mean, the second sister, you know her with her helmet, right? But this one on the left doesn't look like she's got
Nah, that's not the
any kind of
second
helmet.
sister.
You
The
know what I
second
mean?
sister was
It's
also that
different.
was Yeah, this isn't the second sister. That's just one thing for sure because
And which was the one from Fallen Order? Was that the Seventh Sister?
you had the second sister and the seventh sister, a really big one, the alien.
Right, right. Oh no, that's. Are you sure it's the seventh? I thought it was the ninth. The ninth sister?
Let me search it up.
I can't remember.
I'm
I have the figurine back here, but I can't remember.
here.
I can't
Oh, yeah,
see
it
it
was
on
the
my end.
ninth sister indeed. The seventh sister was from Rebels. That was the one with the helmet.
Right, right, right. Okay.
Mm-hmm. All right, now let's move it on. Here, I feel
Oh yeah,
this.
this
This
hanging like oh my goodness, this is gonna
this
be
is
dark.
kind of giving me the feeling this is also gonna be a little bit of a dark movie because a lot of people are watching here. Just now, I'm
Yeah,
not sure if this person is like hang up because at the same time, what you see here, almost as
it
if she's force joking him.
yeah it that could be it too. I think they're gonna try to make it look like a hang, but I mean obviously they don't use ropes. I mean if they'll
Yeah,
just have
like and
the
like,
force choke, right?
but the thing here is you have all the people here. But there's just one. Is that Uncle Owen
That's
or?
that's Uncle Owen right there. Yep. Yep.
Yeah, I haven't seen.
So
Yeah.
they brought back the original character or the original actor who played him
hmm
in the third Revenge of the Sith.
I'm just wondering what would his involvement in this be? Maybe because he knows who Obi-Wan is and that he is there, and that some source maybe got to tell them that.
I think at this point he does well. No, he knows that he's there because he's the one who dropped off Luke to them, right? So he does know that he's still there and watching over them, right?
hmm
But I think at this point, um, he's got to keep it hidden too, right? He's got to keep it secret, from these inquisitors who are obviously looking for him, and
And that's
obviously
true.
know
And
that Obi-Wan
as
is
we
alive
know,
still.
Inquisitors are Jedi hunters, so they might have sources or may have their ways to know that Uncle Owen like knows Obi-Wan or that he maybe has some information on where he is.
Well, that's yeah. And what I want to know is because at the end of Revenge of the Sith, um, I don't think Obi-Wan or Vader knew that Obi-Wan was still alive, did he?
No, it
Wait,
was the other way around. Obi-Wan didn't know Vader was still alive
right, well, right, yeah, yeah. I don't know.
because Vader did know Obi-Wan was alive. It was just in A New Hope he kind of confirmed it because of the Death Star, but a lot of other people were left to believe he was dead.
Yeah, I keep thinking about the because obviously they've been teasing that there's going to be another battle between them two, and
Honestly, I would love to see that, but like,
I,
how is that
like
gonna turn?
just
Because
no,
it
they've
in
confirmed it though that there's going to be another lightsaber battle between them two.
yeah, but the whole thing is though, like, if that happens, maybe that's. I'm wondering how that's gonna fit up in episode 4 because they haven't seen each other in years, probably.
Right,
So maybe
but it's
they're
still like
maybe
it's still
that's
like
where
8 years.
Vader believes Obi-Wan died during that battle, or that yeah.
It's still like 8 years between. So if we're assuming that Luke is like 10 or 11, if he's 19 in A New Hope, then there's still like a good 8 to 9 years, right?
Yeah,
Where
true.
anything that stuff could have happened. And then like one thing that comes to my mind is like when he's on the Death Star and he's like, I haven't felt that presence since, and then he walks away, and then I'm just like,
That
so
might have
right
been
there,
a
I'm
callback
going,
through that
where is
duel.
he talking? Is it here or is it what I mean? Like it's got to
Hmm.
be this battle that they're gonna have in the series. Like
Yeah, because that must have been the last time they saw seen each other.
I would assume, yeah,
Yeah. All right. Let's move on. You can see he's kind of worried there, though.
yeah.
What planet? This like
So I think this is a new planet,
they gave the
obviously.
name of the planet. I kind of getting Nar Shaddaa vibes from it. Not gonna lie.
Um, I kind of am getting like, the Quentin Tarantino movies, like his earlier ones with what was it called? Like the Frank Miller ones, where it was like almost like a comic book sort of scene. I don't know if you
I
if you know
do
what I'm
not
talking about. I
recall it,
can't remember what they're
but let me
called.
let me just search it up. I keep forgetting. Like
I think it
my
was called Sin City or something like that.
right here. It's Dayu. Says here. I
Is it the
think
name of the planet?
new planet. What's the new planet? Obi-Wan Kenobi season right now. La la la. Yeah, Dayu. That's it.
Okay.
I kind of getting Nar Shaddaa vibe from Floater from it. Like you get why further in, especially.
It's very colorful.
Mm-hmm.
The city, yeah. It kind of reminds me of like a like I don't know, Hong Kong. You know what I mean? It's gonna be that like
Mm-hmm.
sort of Asian.
Yeah, but you can see like that woman. She was also looking for something, and we have an officer here. Like
We have an officer, yeah.
here,
So
you
this
have it.
is so you see her a little closer now. It looks
Yeah,
like she's got like
and they are probably
uh
close to each other. He's trying to hide.
yeah, I don't know. That I
Look
mean
at
that could be two different scenes too, right? So
yeah,
they're probably just
true.
put it together, you know.
Mm-hmm. It's just sad we didn't get to see another close up.
Hey, what is that? What kind of what is that robot?
I was wondering the same actually. Like what
Is
kind
that
of? It's almost if you look as if that robot is holding that stormtrooper by its neck. Like it doesn't look like that's a
yeah.
part of the armor.
It also gives me like the colors of the robot also gives me like Grand Republic sort of colors, you know how
Maybe
the 501st.
that's what we did see in like some security ships, especially transporting prisoners, that they had droids securing them. I mean, this
Yeah.
may be like an like from the Republic time, maybe a security droid that was still active, or that someone activated them to defend against stormtroopers.
Yeah, it gives me 501st sort of color sort of
I
vibes, you
mean,
know,
maybe
like
it are like
the Frederick
training droids
stuff.
at the same time. That could also because we know like Vader as like Sith led the 501st quite a while before it actually became Imperial troopers.
Right. It looks like he's got a baton. Is it a baton or is it a gun?
It's hard to see. Like, hmm, actually not sure.
Like an energy baton or something or like
Yeah, maybe something like that. And this just like the spinning
yeah.
lightsaber.
Yeah.
It's like they had to do it sometime. They had to do it one day.
So now you can kind of see his the red under his eyes, but yeah, I would like to see the glowing eyes that he had in the
Yeah,
movies.
that
That'd
really
be cool.
made
Like,
like it really made it more terrifying at the
yeah,
same time.
yeah.
And here, like you get a
So
good
here,
side of
yeah,
the city, and both the city and the fifth brother
yeah,
are really liking. Like he is almost having like lifeless, like no nothing in his eyes, like no light in his eyes, totally gray. And the only thing you see is that bit of his face.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Really liking the work they put on there.
No, it's very colorful. It sticks out. He looks great. Like I think he probably looks the best out of the Inquisitors so
Hmm.
far, in my
At
opinion.
least because like
Um,
he's the only other Inquisitor we've seen before in series and such.
right. Yeah. Exactly.
Hmm. And here though, like this, I've heard theories about this maybe being like ships or pods that are bringing away Leia and
Well,
Luke, but
they look like escape pods, but I don't think. I mean, it's not far off because I mean they're on like Revenge of the Sith. They're on the ship. They're on the
oh yeah,
Tantive
but yeah,
4, I think.
let's think about one thing that would require a massive timestamp because Luke is like 9 or 10 years old here, and
Hmm.
he was sent to Tatooine as a baby. So like,
But this could be a flashback scene as
yeah,
well,
that could
right?
also be a possibility.
Because I mean, like they do like Yoda. Who takes it's Organa. Senator Organa takes Leia, right? And
Hmm.
then Obi-Wan takes Luke. So it does feel like that could be what it is. They're
But
shooting
at
off
the
in different
same time, the
directions, you
ship they
know.
were on in episode 3, that was at the end, that was Senator Organa's ship. Like,
Yeah,
and
the
we've
Tantive
seen it
4.
coming back in Star Wars Rebels as well. So why would he abandon his ship with Leia? Because we also see he came kind of peaceful to like Alderaan when he got there with Leia.
Yeah, that's yeah. I mean, is that was that his ship?
Yeah, it was. We've seen it in Rebels, the same ship
Well, I
again.
know it was. Yeah, okay, that makes
And
sense.
we've
It's
seen
not.
that at the end of Revenge of the Sith, they also actually kind of peaceful arrived at Alderaan, like not without any security. So like you didn't see like they were really running from something.
Yeah, I don't know. That could be anything, really. Yeah,
Yeah.
but I mean, some good theories going around about it. Yeah.
And then we got this part. This is not Obi-Wan, I believe. That hair is too black for it.
Yeah, I don't think it's either. It's Owen either, though. I think there. I heard things about it might be Owen, but he's got a. If you look close, I think he's got a tattoo on his hand
Yeah,
when
here.
he comes up there, right? So
And it looks
I
like
don't
almost it's
know.
a Jedi Order tattoo, like the two wings and then the pillar in the middle.
And this could be a Jedi. Yeah, you never know. Like there
Yeah,
could
but
be
I mean,
still like
they are
Force
Jedi
users.
hunters, so like,
They're hunting Jedi. Yeah, yeah,
and maybe this is the Jedi that was hanging, or the person was hanging up in front of the crowd, because you see this is the same planet around
yeah,
all those people. They are watching
yeah,
this fight, looking what's happening.
yeah. I mean that is like in the background. That I mean this is Tatooine. Like it. There's
Hmm. But like,
so
yeah, if I look closely at it, I didn't notice it actually before now. But like, it's like the two wings. It's like almost like it's a Jedi Order logo, like the symbol.
it could be. Yeah.
I
I
would
mean
actually
it's
like to
not.
see it how that
It's
would be that they actually hunt a Jedi and succeed in killing them for once.
well, it's not far fetched. I think having them hunt a Jedi on the planet of Tatooine
Maybe it
and
is like the.
not know that Ben's there. You know what I mean? Like they're chasing it. They track down a Jedi who's on Tatooine.
Mhm.
Ben thinks it's him, so he's kind of being more cautious, but finds out that it's
Someone else.
it's another Jedi, one of his own.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, and at the same time, uh, Ben's like Obi-Wan somehow had to get aware of the Inquisitors' existence. So maybe this is how he maybe even finds out that they exist, that they are hunting Jedi down who survived.
Yep.
And that's
Maybe.
maybe also causing him to watch over Luke more, because they would be afraid that they would kidnap Luke to become a Sith.
Uh, maybe. I don't. At this point, we got to assume. I don't think Vader even knows that Luke's there. You know what I mean? Like he doesn't
Hmm.
know he's got a son yet, right? So
Like that's the exact reason they went to Tatooine, because Vader hates that planet. He hates sand.
yeah. So yeah. I don't know.
Hmm. And this that like what is maybe be Obi-Wan? What would maybe be Obi-Wan's home or hut? Like this maybe shows a little clue on how they actually hunt down Jedi. Like the symbol, so like that maybe leads them to a trace that there is a Jedi there.
Right.
That they maybe show
Yeah.
a little bit of the Inquisitors as well, how they go to work on hunting Jedi.
I mean, it's hard to say honestly what that even is. I
Oh
mean, I've
yeah, if
heard
you look
things
carefully,
about
it's
it.
like
I
a
mean,
poorly made. It's like a poorly made Jedi, or you see the wings and then the top, like it's just a poorly made Jedi Order logo.
okay, yeah.
Yeah, and then here, who was that?
I think a lot of people want to think that it's Han Solo, but I
Just the
don't think it
blaster.
is. Yeah, just
Nah,
because of the blaster, but I don't think it's him.
and Han
I
was a
think
lot.
honestly,
Is it? Does this doesn't play far away from Solo Star Wars story, right?
uh, no, I don't think so. I mean, I think this story is this obviously story is like earlier.
Yeah, because
Um,
right after Revenge of the Sith.
and I mean, if we're talking about this being earlier, then um, I still think Han would have been on his planet still, or young.
Yeah.
It might have been
Oh
young. I
wait,
don't know.
because before Revenge of the Sith, Han and Kira were like in like kind of slavery ish thing. Remember?
Right. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
Who else would this be otherwise? I'm actually like very curious to who that would be.
Honestly, my theory is I think it's Obi-Wan, and I think this is like a play on his, how he shoots General Grievous in Revenge of the Sith.
I kind
I think
of
this is kind of
reference
his
callback
play on
then.
like it's like, oh, such a primitive weapon or whatever it
It's
is
so
or whatever he
uncivilized
does,
like that.
and he throws it away. Yeah. So I think this is so he can
Just a
hide,
little reference like that. Like
or maybe he doesn't carry his lightsaber with him, when he's out.
that's
So
true, and he does need something to defend
he
himself
needs
just
something
in
to defend
case.
himself, right? Because I think in the next scene it kind of looks like Obi-Wan shooting. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. This
Like right there, it looks like Obi-Wan.
Yeah, now you
You know what I
say so.
mean?
You get like the hood on his back.
Yeah.
That may be an. But who's shooting from that side? Because that does not look like a stormtrooper there. That's red.
I don't know.
You did have like those royal guards with blasters though. Would that be actually like remember Star Wars Rebels? You had those royal guards who weren't the same like all roped up, but just maybe
Yeah.
mainly red armor.
Yeah, I don't. I'm not sure about the Royal Guards because Royal Guards would have been more. Royal Guards are the protector of the Emperor, right? So they
Yeah, true.
never.
So they
I
would
don't
be
think
more
they never
around
really
him.
went on their own, right? So,
Yeah, that's true.
but I mean, that could be that could those could be bounty hunters. That could be a bounty hunter too, right?
That
Or that
could be
could
at the same
be,
time.
you know,
What is he?
that could be.
What has happened here though? Maybe this is right. Maybe this he looks like very sad. Like maybe this is right after the Jedi died or something.
I think I don't know. I mean, it could be a few possibilities. He could be like, you know how Ray buried her lightsaber in the sand. Maybe he's burying his lightsaber, or
Well, no, but he
maybe
still has his
maybe he did
lightsaber in episode 4.
something.
Remember?
Yeah, I know he did, but he probably took. I mean, it could be
Maybe it's the
it doesn't
lightsaber of that other
dangerous.
guy. Like maybe something like that, or
Like I don't know. There's a whole lot of stuff too. Like I don't know how he's able to mask himself from because
I mean, we've seen
the
it before. Jedi able to hide their presence, like,
yeah, but I mean,
and Obi-Wan is like a very strong Jedi, so he will most definitely be able to do that.
at this point he could be getting training from, Qui-Gon Jinn, and maybe he's still talking to Yoda.
That's the
You know what I
good
mean?
part because remember what Yoda said on his way to Tatooine training. He has to become like
Yeah,
one with the Force after that.
yeah. Oh,
Actually,
I think we're gonna see either a
maybe
Liam
like a Force
Neeson
Ghost of
Liam
Qui
Neeson
Gon
Force
or
Ghost or the voice. I think we're
the
gonna see one of
The
two of
Force
those.
Ghost might be hard because the only way the Force Ghost appeared was on Dagobah. But maybe hearing the voice of Qui-Gon and him training Obi-Wan to become one with the Force after that. I would
Yeah, I
actually
don't
love
think
to
they're
see
gonna
that.
leave that out because I mean that was a thing that for me when you're watching that you're like he's gonna talk to Qui-Gon, right? So I don't think to the fans if they left that out of the show, I think that would be very disappointing. I think
That's like the
if they
same
if
thing
they
as,
didn't bring
as
Qui-Gon
leaving
in.
Toby and Andrew out of No Way Home.
So, anyways, yeah, I don't know. Like, I think maybe he dug something up, or maybe he found something, or
Hmm
could be
Yeah,
any of them.
I'm actually looking very much forward, even though like Book of Boba was a little bit less. If they're, I feel like they're gonna do a pretty good job on this because, yeah, I just Obi-Wan is a great character overall. They're getting the original actors for it, so like this has some good potential, I believe. Like what I'm always doing, I'm not putting my expectations too high. Never doing that because if it's really good, I'll just get really excited.
I think a lot of us did that for Boba Fett because
Yeah,
the way
I'm
that
just.
the Mandalorian show went,
It
it
was
was
basically
it
just
was
the
such a great
Mandalorian
show,
season 2.5.
right? And with Boba Fett, they
Mm-hmm.
honestly could have made that into season 3 of Mandalorian,
Yeah,
in
or
my
maybe
opinion.
just make Mando appear like the last episode, but not a whole episode of only Mando. Like, don't get me
Well, I
wrong,
think it
Mando is a
got to that
great
point.
character, but the show was literally called Book of Boba Fett.
Yeah, but I think it got to the point where they started off well with the show, and then I found they 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 kind of had to like backtrack, and they're like, oh, this worked all right. Now what do we do? Like, you know what I mean? So I think that's why they brought in Mando for those 2 episodes, and brought in Luke and brought in Ahsoka because I think the interest might have been going down a little bit. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, or maybe they just started losing where they were, or maybe they didn't.
Yeah,
I don't know.
honestly, there's
Could have been
one
anything.
thing though I saw in Boba Fett when Mando was making that Naboo one starfighter with that little stuff spot in the back was obviously gonna be for Grogu.
Well, yeah, obviously, yeah,
That was
yeah.
like an obvious thing. If they didn't do that, I didn't know what they would fit in there.
Well, I mean, you can't really fit your carbonite freeze Prince of
Yeah,
Gold or
that's
whatever
true.
it
That's
is
true.
there.
Anyways, I don't think there's much more to discuss. I think we're just like both looking forward to the show. I'm hoping
Very
it.
much so. I can't wait.
I'm hoping it's gonna be something good because yeah, and I'm actually also looking forward to two things. Mainly that's that the Inquisitors. Maybe I just want to see the spinning lightsabers in a duel, like in a duel itself, and that fight between Vader and Obi-Wan. There, that's something I would
Yeah.
love to see.
So one thing that I really appreciated about this teaser though is that they did not have a single clip of Vader. To me, even though I love Vader, is like one of my favorite characters of all time, but I think if they would have brought Vader into this teaser, even because you hear him at the end, you hear the voice at the end or the
Mhm.
breathing at the end, right? Which is
Mhm.
fine. But I think if there was a like a shot of Vader, I think the whole teaser would have been like gone off in a different direction. Like it would have overshadowed like so much of that trailer,
Yeah, because
because everybody
Vader is
wants to
such a
see Vader.
popular character, they would be like, "Oh, and how's this?" And maybe Vader's suit looked a little bit different, like maybe a little bit attuned, maybe a little bit like more prototype.
Well,
But
I think it's an early rendition of his suit. I think too, right?
so yeah,
A
and
little
maybe they
tweak.
don't want to like leak that. Maybe they want to keep that secret for when he actually appears. Because that duel between Obi-Wan and Vader seems like something that would happen at like the last episode, to, like make a great end banger.
Well, sort of like that the Maul Kenobi fight was at the end of like the fourth season of Rebels or whatever it was, right?
Yeah, like that. That you basically just get like just a banger as ending, like you had with what's it called? With you had at Mandalorian season 2 of Luke appearing.
Yeah, yeah. But like if you go back and you watch, so when you watch or think about Rogue One, the movie Rogue One, what is the first thing that comes to your mind?
Ending with Vader.
Right, exactly, right. Like to me, and that seems like one of the greatest scenes of all time now in Star Wars, right? So to me,
Yeah,
if they would have brought
I
Vader
literally
into
saw
this
a
for
meme
even a
once. Vader
second,
in Vader in episode 4 being like that baby SpongeBob. Vader in episode 5 being normal SpongeBob. Vader in episode 6 being a little bit tough guy SpongeBob. Vader in episode 3 being like strong SpongeBob. Vader in Rogue One being like wrestling SpongeBob, and then Vader in comics being like a wallace dinosaur.
yeah, yeah. Like I feel like the progression of Vader portrayed in all these movies, like it's going up.
It's going up. They're gonna
If
show.
they were to portray him as he was in the comic books or the novels, man, like I think it would have to be a rated R movie, every one of them.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I'm gonna wonder how it's gonna go because that feels like something you're gonna leave for the end, like it's an end banger, like
Right.
just so people actually gonna say when is a season 2 gonna happen.
And I don't see Vader being in every episode as well. I can
Mm-hmm.
see maybe a couple episodes. I think it's only 6 episodes or 7 episodes or something like that.
Yeah, true. I mean,
It's
like,
not long. It's not a long
I mean,
episode
like this is the
or
type of
long
show I
season.
set my alarm for every morning so I can watch it as soon as I wake up without seeing any spoilers. Like
Yeah.
I did the same with a lot of other shows. They came out, and as soon as that happened, I just started like waking up very early. So like, or as soon as episodes like this appear, you'll see YouTube clips like in the first 5 minutes of them being released. But anyways, I think we don't have that much left to discuss, so think we can just end it here. And yeah, look forward to the show itself.
Yes, I agree. I can't wait. May can't come long come fast enough. So
Yeah, like I'm waiting for multiple things in May. One of them also being Doctor Strange doing that type of stuff.
I can't wait for. I'm a huge I love watching Star Wars Celebration. That's also another thing for me. And
Yeah,
it's
I
gonna
watched
be
it
on the same.
live.
It's gonna be on the same weekend as
Yeah, I
Kenobi
watched
comes
it
out.
live always because like I don't have the money to
Yep.
go over and I gotta work. So
Yeah.
like,
Oh no, I don't go, but I take time off work, and I actually sit and I watch it all day long.
yeah, I should have it once when I watched it. As soon as I tuned in, like they started the trailer for the Clone Wars. Like, I was bruh, what is this like? Goal? But yeah, I think we can end it right here. It's also already midnight for me. There's someone coming over tomorrow, so I guess we're gonna hope to see for the best. I want to thank you here for being here. It was really nice.
Thanks for having me on. Appreciate it.
Yeah, and when another trailer releases or something, I'll just hit you up and maybe we can leave another thoughts. Anyways, I want to thank you all for watching. You got any last words?
Make sure you watch Kenobi. Really.
Same
Do
for
it.
me. I wanna wish you all good luck. Have a great time, and yeah, maybe I'll try to upload a little bit more on YouTube. But yeah, being a chef needs some more time. Bye.